All right, the next part is we're going to talk about the different types of glazes that I have in our classroom, okay? There's the glazing shelf over here, and it is in a specific order. And if we keep it in a specific order, it makes it nice and easy for everyone to find, but you still need to double check some stuff, okay? This bottom shelf is the underglaze shelf. So they are going to have labels that say LUG, okay? You see it on the top. You also see it on the side where it says LUG. LU stands for underglaze, okay? So make sure if you're doing an underglaze, and we'll talk about the difference about that here in a minute, that you get that on the bottom shelf. Notice there are tiles for each one of those, right? Just because I have a tile doesn't mean that I have the glaze. So double check and make sure, if you're wanting to use that glaze, that I have enough in the bottle, all right? The next shelf is a little bit different. We have graffito slip. Remember, that's done prior to the bisqueware process, but that's what all these are right in here. So if you're doing that prior to firing as a surface decoration, that's where all those are kept. Then we have some stain, which I'm going to talk to you about a little bit later. And then we also have what is called the transparent glaze. That's this pink stuff right here. All right, the transparent will put a clear coat over the top of the underglazes or the stains or this graffito slip. All right, you do not have to put transparent over the top of the regular glazes, which are these top two shelves. All right, they're automatically shiny. But the underglaze is not shiny. It gives you a matte, what's called kind of a matte look. So if we look at this, see the shiny side on the right, and the left side's a matte, kind of a matte surface. So this has a transparent over the top of it. If you don't put the transparent over the top of it, it's going to look like this. You can have it either way, but just kind of keep that in mind. If you want it shiny using the underglaze, you've got to use that pink stuff. And don't freak out, all right? Yes, it's pink, but it will turn clear in the kiln. Remember that a majority of these, especially these regular glazes, and by the way, these regular glazes usually have an LG on the bottom, on the bottle, all right, if you can see it, if it's not clean or has glaze dripped over it, or the ones on the top shelf have an A. These are more kind of a specialty type of glaze. They kind of have a different effect, and it depends on how many layers you put on them. Again, they each have tiles. Just because I have the tile doesn't mean that I have the glaze, so double check those. But these, like I said, the regular glazes, the LGs or the A's, do not need the transparent over the top of them. They are automatically shiny. So if we look at these, notice it's got that shiny look to it. So whatever the tile looks like, that's what it looks like. Now, something else to kind of be aware of. This is a great example. This one's called freckled brown. All right, but look at the glaze. What is in the bottle doesn't look anything like this. So most of these regular glazes may not match. For instance, here's a medium blue. It doesn't really look like any of these blues on here. So they're going to have a chemical reaction and a chemical change. Some of them may be similar, like that orange looks kind of similar, but the reds, most of them are going to have a kind of a brownish look. The black and white will look similar. Now, your underglazes will look more similar. All right, so your blue is going to look blue, your brown's going to look brown, your green's going to look green.